Do the Dark Angels suck in 10th edition Warhammer 40,000? That is the question of this video that I have today. Now take a gander, look at it, watch it, and I hope you all like it.
Alright, so we will first start with Azrael. So, he's looking pretty good right now. You can clearly see that his movement is 6, toughness is 4, save is 2. The reason why he has a 2 save while he's wearing power armor, it's an older rule. It's called Artificer power armor, and that's what he wears. He wears a custom suit of that, which is pretty much like Terminator armor, but it doesn't have the invulnerable save that Terminator armor has. Alright, continuing on, 6 wounds, which is better than his 5, leadership 6, and 1 OC. Okay, that's not too bad, because he's going to be part of a unit. And just having that extra OC when you're claiming a spot, that will help a lot. Alright. Now with the weapons, he has the Lion's Wrath. You can see 24 inches, 2 attacks, ballistic skill 2, 8 strength, AP 3, 2 damage. That's just an overcharged plasma gun. That's what you're using. And then you can see anti-infantry, devastating wounds, rapid fire 1. So yeah, he's going to be able to shoot. I believe 4 times is if he's in rapid fire range, because rapid fire 1 allows it to attack again once. Yeah, so with the attack speed 2 like that. And then he has the Sword of Secrets, his weapon he's always used. Melee range, attack 6. Yeah, that's decent. At least he's able to fight and take out characters, but I don't like how it's strength 6. It should be strength 8 just so he's able to take out like marines easier. Then you see he has his ability, the Supreme Grandmaster, and then he has the Masterful Tactician, which he's always had. Oh, pretty much since 8th edition, because yeah, he's considered one of the best tacticians that the Marines have, or just in Imperium in general. And then the Lion's Helm, yeah, the whole unit has 4+ invuln, which is really nice. You attach him to a good unit, and then just move them forward. He's able to deal a whole bunch of damage, and then he's able to summon a Watcher in the dark, and then gets a 4+ Feel No Pain against mortal wounds, which is kind of a thing that the Dark Angels always had. The Watchers in the Dark, their ability was pretty much to give them a invuln set, or not an invuln, but a Deny the Witch. But my problem here is when we go to the next page right here for him, is that the leader. So he can only lead the Intercessors, Blade Guard, the Hellblasters, Infernus, the Intercessors, and Stern Guard veterans. So those are pretty much just Primaris units, which I do not like because, come on, he is the Supreme Grandmaster of the Dark Angels. He should be able to lead pretty much everything that is considered Green Wing for the Dark Angels, just not Primaris. So I'm disappointed in this unit, and I don't use Primaris because I don't like how they work and everything. So guess what? They just killed Azrael for us. Now we move on to Belial. So he's very similar to same. Is his 5 movements, his 5 toughness, which is nice, making Terminators a little bit tougher, 6 wounds, 6 leadership, 1 OC, and being a Terminator. He has his Mastercrafted Stormbolter, just a Stormbolter with 2 damage. I wish they would have had at least 1 AP to that. And then he has his sword, the Sword of Silence. Yeah, 6 attacks he has, which is nice. Then he has Yeah, weapon skill of 2, so hitting on 2 as usual. 6 strength, which I say it should be at least 8, just so you can easily able to wound Marines with no issue. AP 2, damage 2. Now, if you look at his abilities, he has a Grandmaster of the Deathwing, so that is important. Yeah, it gives precision. And also, he is the Grandmaster of the Deathwing, so everything Deathwing, that's understandable. And the Strikes of Retribution, that's pretty good too, is because every time you're attacked, up to 6 attacks per unit that's attacking you, you can deal mortal wounds back to them, which is very useful, especially for him being a Terminator captain with his 4+ invuln save, and he's going to be attached to a Terminator unit no matter what, so it's going to be very nice just having him, because he's working just as he should be working, and I think he's a little bit better with the abilities he has right there. And if you look at him, what he's leading, yeah, an epic hero, but what he's leading is everything that is the Deathwing. The first chapter. That makes sense. The Deathwing commands, the Knights, the Squad, the Terminator relics, the Terminator Squad, and the Assault Terminator Squad. So that makes perfect sense for him, because he is the Grandmaster of the Deathwing, the first company. That makes sense. And since the Dark Angels, every single Marine that is in the first company is a Terminator, that makes sense that he would only be leading Terminator units. So no issue with that. That is how we should be. Now we go to Samael. They lowered his speed down. Yes, he was at 14 speed, sometimes 16 speed. 5 toughness, okay, good. 3+ save, I guess so. 7 wounds, which is nice because, yeah, he's on a jet bike. And then 2 OC. That's nice, I like that. That makes him definitely a better when you add into a unit. Then his bolt pistol, yeah. Mastercrafted plasma cannon. It's a plasma cannon. 3 shots, hitting on 2s, strength 8, so yeah. Overcharged plasma cannon, no issues with that. And then his storm bolters. Yeah, twin storm bolters. Twin link. Which I wish that there would be a few more shots, because he can already reroll stuff as it is. The Master, or the Raven Sword. Yeah, 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, which I wish was 8. But, well, it's just because they have special weapons. That should be a little bit stronger. AP 3, 2 damage. And then you can see in his abilities, Grandmaster of the Raven Wing. Okay. Him being the Grandmaster, that makes sense. Everything Raven Wing, he does. And then cut off their escape. Actually, that's pretty good. I do like that. Especially with how the Raven Wing wants to, how they move. They charge in, they shoot you up, charge in, and then it kind of forces the people to run away. And especially with that, that really makes it more of a detriment if you run away from him. And then here is, yeah, Epic Hero, and he's leading the bike squads. Everything Raven Wing. I just wish that they would have had a separate thing for the Raven Wing bike squad. But the bike squad, great. The Outriders, they suck. Straight up. They're still horrible. They're not even worth even using. So I don't know why they won't update them and make them better. Raven Wing Black Knights, okay, those guys are good, but they're pricey. And for what they do, they cost too much for what they do. They should cost around the same amount as a bike squad and just have a few different things. And in the Raven Wing Command Squad, yeah, running with a command squad, it's useful. So, Samael, running fine, running well, how he should be running. Ezekiel, my favorite psyker in all of 40k. 6 movement, 4 toughness, 2 save, which I don't know why he gets 2 save, and then our buddy upped there, Samael won't get a 2 save. 4 wounds, which is kind of cheap. He should come on. I give him 5. Leadership 2, OC 1. He has his Deliverance Pistol, which is just a very strong bolt pistol. Yeah, his custom bolt pistol, and then he has the Mind Wipe, Witchfire, and then Focus Witchfire. Dude, that's kind of his main ability. Mind Wipe has always been his like custom little psychic power, and I'm glad that they made it like that too. That makes sense. Trader's Bane, Anti-Chaos, yes. It is an anti-chaos weapon, an anti-psyker weapon, so yeah. Pretty powerful. Then you get the Psychic Hood. It's like, okay, I like the Psychic Hood now. Gives you a 4+, feel no pain ability against any psychic attacks. That's nice, I like that. And Engulfing Fear is in shooting phase. Yeah, 18 inches away, that unit takes a Battle Shock test. That's great, I like that. Book of Salvation is, yeah, it adds more attacks to your unit whenever you go fighting. So yeah, that's kind of what it did at the beginning. In older editions, is the Book of Salvation kind of did the same thing. And for him, yeah, Epic Hero Psyker, yeah, he leads an Assault Squad, Command Squad, Tactical Squad, and Vanguard Veterans, which kind of makes no sense for the Dark Angels, because the Vanguard Veterans are part of the First Company. But with the Dark Angels, every single member of the First Company is in Terminator armor. So there is no Vanguard Veterans in the First Company. This is just lore. I just don't like that bottom part because of lore. That right there I don't like because of the lore. But besides that, he's running... besides that, he's actually... well, he's running well, and he's kind of going back with his original flavor of his character. Now we go to Asmodai. 6 movement, 4 toughness, 3 armor save, 4 wounds, come on, at least 5. He is like one of the head chaplains. The head interrogator chaplains that the Dark Angels has. Bolt pistol, why can't you just give him a custom bolt pistol? Blade of Reasons, and then his Crozius. Yeah, anti-character, which is nice. Extra attacks and precision. So yeah, 3 attacks with it, you see that. Strength 4, but anti-character, so it definitely does. It's a lot easier to hurt characters with that. And if you're not fighting characters, use a Crozius. And an Exemplar of Hate is, yeah, you get to reroll your attack rolls if you're in melee combat, and he's leading you. And Feared Interrogator, I have not read that. At the start of fight phase, each enemy character within 6 inches of this model must take a Battle Shock test, subtracting 1 from their test. When they do, in addition, each time this model destroys an enemy character, you gain 1 CP. That's nice, good way to gain CP, and a 4+ invuln, which is really nice. Yeah. Even Samuel has a 4+ invuln, which I like. Okay, then Asmodai right here is, yeah, he's leading the Firstborn squad, which is okay. You should be able to do that. I just wish they kind of... well, that makes sense for him, having all that stuff. I just wish that they would have had Tactical Squad, or not Tactical, but Devastator Squad. Now let's go to the Talon Master. So, 16 movement. Okay, that's pretty fast, especially in this edition since they slowed everyone down. 7 toughness, 3 save, come on, it's a vehicle. Make it a 2 save. 6 wounds. He's a character, I wish he would have 7. And then 2 OC. Twin Assault Cannon and Twin Heavy Bolter. Okay, yeah, re-rolling the hits because of the Twin Link. Giving you less shots, but allowing you re-roll. But this edition, they're already giving so many re-rolls. In the older editions, having re-rolls were rare. But these newer editions, there's a lot of re-rolls, so I don't like the Twin Link. Devastating wounds and sustained wounds, depending on your weapon, okay. Melee weapon, he's a lieutenant, kind of a special character. I kind of wish that they would have mastercrafted, or at least let him have a Heavenfall blade, like his own personal version of that. So Alpha moments, yeah, all the Marines have that. Talonmaster, while within 3 inches of an Adeptus Assatis mounted or a flying vehicle, it becomes a lone operative. Nowhere to hide, while a friendly unit, okay, so you can make a unit ignore cover, which is nice. Master of Maneuver is, he can fall back, advance, and then charge, so I like that. Which is, goes with the flavor of the Raven Wing. Is shoot them up and then smash into them with melee and finish them off. So yeah, these are nice abilities, especially with him being a lone operative, because he's not able to be attached to any other units, since you can go here and see that. That makes sense. Because the Talonmaster is pretty much in the lore, these guys kind of are there leading and giving fire support. So that kind of makes sense for him to be with the units and not being targeted. Lazarus! I've never used him before. But yeah, his pistol and then his custom anti-psyker weapon. So yeah, he's not too bad. But I don't like the Spirit Shield helm. It gives against 3+ feel no pain for him, but I don't like that. Like, dude, why are you having a helmet? Come on, we already have Azrael. Why can't you have like a special shield or something, or like a special custom Iron Halo, kind of like what Samael has. His Iron Halo is called the Black Halo, or the Black Knight Halo. That's his own one. Why can't he have like, oh, the Watcher of the Dark Halo, something like that? Come on. I just don't like how they're copying. Make him a little bit more unique. And then all Primaris ones, and he's always been a Primaris dude, so he's running perfectly well, exactly how he should be running, which I like. Now we go to the Deathwing Strike Master. So it's kind of like the Talon Master for the Raven Wing, but it's the same version. It's a lieutenant for the Deathwing. And you can see he has the basic Terminator stats: 5 wounds, 2+ save, 4 up invuln, which is nice. Tactical precision, then vanquish the foe is, so pretty much each time he attacks, he adds 1s to the hit rolls and wound rolls. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. And they actually opened up his tree a bit more. Like, for the weapons he can choose. Yeah, he's kind of always had a Stormbolter, or he could like switch it up where he could have a Multi-Melta, which I like to do myself. Yeah, Chain Fist, yeah, that's good against that. Mace of Absolution, that's kind of, that kicks ass. That's very powerful. Mastercrafted Power Sword, that's good against characters. Power Fist, good against characters. Thunder Hammer, Twin Lightning Claws, which is, he's actually rolling. He's rolling well. And if we go down to his sheet, you can see he can exchange Stormbolter, and Mastercrafted Power Sword for other things. And since he is a Deathwing Strike Master, it makes sense that he only runs with Terminators. And then you can also attach him with a Captain if they're already in the unit. So the Strike Master's running exactly how he's supposed to be running, so I have no issue with that one. Deathwing Command Squad, okay. These guys, they look just like normal Terminators, how they should be rolling. They're more custom. You're able to give them a bit more things because they're Dark Angel. Yeah, Dark Angel Terminators. Yeah, you can see the weapons. Yeah, all the Terminators have the weapons. The Assault Cannons, the Cyclone, the Flamers, Plasma Cannon, the Stormbolters. Okay, they've all have that. But where it's a little bit different is how you're able to customize the unit and switch them up a bit more. They have a few special weapons because of the Dark Angels. And you can have a Apothecary, you can have an Ancient, and then you can have a champion in this unit. And the Storm Shield, yeah, it gives 4+, but they already have a 4+ invuln. And while the Storm Shield I kind of like, they add new wounds, but they just have a base 4+ invuln, which I don't mind. Because the Terminators, come on, Terminators, that's pretty badass having a better invuln. I like that a lot. And right here, yeah, it's kind of the same things. You can choose one to be an apothecary, you can choose one to be an ancient. Every 5 models you can have one special weapon. And you can pretty much, any Terminator you want can have twin lightning claws or a storm hammer or a thunder hammer and a storm shield. So running just like regular Dark Angel Deathwing Terminators. But what I like about this is that, yeah, so you have one apothecary, one ancient, one champion, and 2 to 7 regular Terminators. Okay, so the original one could only let you have up to 5 models in that unit, but now you can have a full 10, add the lieutenant, and add a captain to it. That's actually really badass. I like that a lot. That is very useful. So I really like how the Deathwing Command Squad is rolling. That actually makes it like all I want to bring is them attached with a captain. And then the regular Terminators. Yeah, dude, I love that shield, dude. They have their own custom shield, sometimes their own hammer, so they're just like normal Terminators, but they're Deathwing Terminators. And you can see right here is the Deathwing. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, you can ignore all modifiers against that ballistic skill or weapon skill. And to the hit roll in addition, each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit you select at the start of your command phase, for off a moment, add 1 to the hit roll. So yeah, dude, think about that. Oh yeah, you're hitting with thunder hammers on the 3+. That's actually pretty badass, dude. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. And then just hit rolls in general is like, hey, I'm shooting Cyclone Missile Launcher. I'm hitting you on a 2. I thought the Cyclone Missile Launcher was going to be heavy, but if you look at all the heavy weapons, they're not heavy because they're Terminators. So there's an old ability the Terminators had. It is called Slow and Purposeful. They were able to move and use heavy weapons when they move and hit with their normal ballistic skill. It looks like they gave it back to them. It's just Terminators hit on this, yeah. Slow and purposeful. That's the reason why they move one little bit slower. And then they have a 4+ invuln. That's awesome. I love that. And just kind of the same thing. So you have 1 sergeant. You have the 4 to 9 Marines. Okay, so minimum 5 squad. And then yeah, so that's actually pretty good. They are just like the normal Terminators. No issue with that. I actually like that. Now let's go to a little bit more custom Terminators that they have. The Deathwing Knights. Yeah, Flail of Unforgiveness, or the Unforgiven that the Knightmaster has, and then the Mace of Absolution, which the normal Knights have. So yeah, 5 attacks, that's evading wounds, sustain hits, okay. And Inner Circle. Each time an attack is allocated with this model, subtract 1 from the damage. Ooh. Do the other Marines? Or no, they don't have that. But yeah, that kind of makes sense. They are more of the Unforgiven. So, and then Watcher in the Dark. Okay, that makes sense. Once per battle, you have that against mortal wounds. Okay, that's not bad. I actually like it a little bit more than a Deny the Witch. Because sometimes, like, if you face Eldar, it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to have this one 6 and this one 6. You have to roll it. You can't deny it because it's a 12. It's like BS. So. At least that gives you a way to prevent the damage. And then you see the Knightmaster with the flail, and then rest them. What I liked about the flail in some of the older editions is when you hit, is any wounds, like any damage that is left, left over, it just falls into next one. It's like, oh hey, I smack a Marine. It gets hit twice. Oh hey, that extra wound goes to another Marine. Yeah, so that's what was kind of nice about that. And it says that, yeah, you can have characters from there. That's not bad. They have a 4+ invuln. They're just like the knights that they are. They're a threat in melee. You bring those guys down. They have 4 hits each. They're hard to take out. 4+ invuln. And when they get into melee, you're dead. To tell you, I kind of wish that these guys were the Lion Guard, because it's like, dude, these guys are the most dedicated kind of people. Alright, next one is the Raven Wing Command Squad. Just like the Terminator Command Squad, but for bikes. So yeah, you get your Apothecary with the Narcissium, and then your Ancient with the Banner, and then your Champion with the Sword. And the Duel to the Honor. And then yeah, you can see with the ranged weapons, you have the grenades. The Starly Grenade's pretty much just a grenade launcher on the bike, or you can get the Plasma Talons, 18 inches, where you're just shooting plasma, which is nice. I like that a lot. And then you get the Death Knight or the Black Knight combat weapon, which is it's called the Corvus Hammer. That's the actual name of the weapon that they have. Yeah, 3 attacks, weapon hitting on 2s. Strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage. Okay, that's nice. Because they have the Corvus Hammer. And then the Mastercrafted Power Sword for the Champion. 5-up invuln save. Which is kind of a jinx, because Raven Wings have a jinx. Okay, 5-up invuln save. That's kind of what they've always had, but that's nice that they just have it base instead of having to move. And you can see is that, yeah, you can have your characters up there, and then you can have 3 of the knights in there. And yeah, the knights can switch out, do the stuff that they want to, but I like to have everyone with Plasma Talons, because that's pretty useful. It does some decent damage, especially when you power charge and you start shooting, hitting stuff. And if you have rerolls, dude, you don't have to worry about hitting ones. So yeah, the Black Knight or the Raven Wing Command Squad is just how it should be. I don't mind that at all. Now it's the actual Black Knights. Yeah, that's the Corvus Hammer I'm talking about, where you see what he has in his hand. That's the Corvus Hammer. So they're just regular Black Knights, same movement, toughness, wounds, 5-up invuln, and then Knights of Caliban. Each time this unit is selected to fight, if it made a charge move this turn until the end of the phase, melee attacks by this unit have the anti-monster +4 and anti-vehicle. So it's pretty much you're wounding them with a 4+. So it's an automatic wound if you hit them on a 4+, which is actually really nice. Especially with their melee attack is, AP2, 1 damage is, hey, you have those guys go up there, 3 attack each. You have 6 guys in the squad. Yeah, that's a lot. That will do some damage for sure. And the Plasma Talons, yeah, I like running them with the Plasma Talons. The grenade launchers, never that good. Yeah, the new grenade is, yeah, it's strength 9, but it's like, dude, you can attack with plasma. You get more shots with plasma. Yeah, every 3 models you can have 1 grenade launcher. The grenade launcher's not bad, but it's one of those things is, I'd rather have the Talons. The Plasma Talons. And you can have up to 6 guys, and you can equip characters to it. Now the Dark Shroud, so the Assault Cannon and the Heavy Bolter. So yeah, Twin Link, or wait, not Twin Link. Devastating Wounds, okay, that's actually not bad. There was some decent damage in the Heavy Bolter, but I don't like how it's minus where it has no AP. And then Close Combat Weapon. The fact is, with the Dark Shroud, if you're getting into close combat, you're running the Dark Shroud wrong. And because look at the ability, the old icon of Taliban, it's an aura 6 inches away, is that all the units are pretty much considered having cover. which isn't bad. I actually like the other one where it's obscuring, where it's like, hey, -1 to your shots. Like, oh yeah, when you're hitting them, you have to -1 from your dice roll, which is really nice. Because like, oh hey, I'm fighting guard, you guys hit on 4+, now you're hitting on 5+. Oh, you're orcs, you're hitting on 5+, you're hitting on the 6+. Oh, you're marines, oh, you're used to getting almost all your shots there, yeah, now you're hitting on a 4+, you're missing half of them. But the stats aren't bad. 14, 8 toughness, 3 save, 10 wounds, 3+. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Yeah, because like even if you go up here to the command squad, yeah, they have 2. These guys have 2. This has 3, and then it's just a model that's there as a vehicle that gives a nice ability. Yeah, it's not too bad. I wish they would have had the original where it's -1 to the dice rolls when your unit is targeted by range shots. And the Raven Wing Landspeeder Vengeance, this is the badass version of a Landspeeder that the Raven Wing has, which the Dark Angels are kicking ass, and that's pretty damn amazing, I'll tell you that. Saw Cavan heavy bolter, so you get to choose which one of those 2 you want. Then you come here, and it's like, hey, you had this automatically. Yeah, so the Plasma Storm Battery is, yeah, it's a lot of shots, a lot of damage. D6+1, that ain't bad at all. But it's one of those things is, yeah, they have a melee weapon, but once again, if you're going into melee with this, you're playing it wrong. Because like Storm of Vengeance right here is, yeah, once per turn. Yeah, shoot an opponent with friendly Estates within 6 inches, destroy that model. This ability, yeah, dude, it's actually not too bad. It gives kind of that effect of like, hey, it's definitely going to be doing some heavy damage. And then the stats: 14 move, 8 toughness, 3 save, 10 wounds, leadership, and 3 OC. This is definitely a range unit you want to keep at range. And then right there is, yeah, it starts with 1, but you can replace it with the Assault Cannon, which I like the Assault Cannon, 4 shots. The Dark Talon, to tell you, most people really don't ever use too many of the other special things like the Dark Talon and the Nephilim Fighter. But 20 movement, yeah, that's a lot. 8 toughness, 3 save, 11 wounds, no OC, yeah. That makes sense with the no OC because, dude, it's a jet. It needs to constantly keep moving. And then you get the Hurricane Bolter where it's twin link, 6 shots. That's a lot. That's a lot of bolter shots hidden in there. And then the Rift Cannon. The Rift Cannon is crazy. 16 strength. Up to 4 shots, hitting on 3, AP 4, 3 damage. And in melee, it's kind of like, dude, if you're in melee with it, you're playing this guy wrong. This is wrong. Once per battle. After the end of the normal movement, you can select one enemy unit, excluding aircraft. It moved over during the phase. That unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, and you must roll 1d6 on a 1, 2, 3. That unit can advance or fall back in your opponent's next movement phase. On a 4 to 6 is that they remain stationary. That ain't bad. I just wish you could do it more than once per turn, or once per battle. Once per turn is like, okay. It has an invuln too, which all the Raven Wing models have. And well, at least one good thing too is they don't have. I don't like what they have here. Is I wish that they would have like the supersonic, or at least like the flight mechanic kind of to it, because it's like, yeah, hitting this guy at 1 less ballistic skill, just because it's a jet moving super fast, it's going to be hard to hit. Yeah, you could equip with a Rift Cannon and 2 Hurricane Bolters. 2 Hurricane Bolters, 12 shots, and you get to reroll. Nephilim Jet Fighter. So yeah, Avenger Mega Bolter. That's actually kind of a badass name. I like that, dude. Subsane hit, 10 shots, 5 strength, AP 2, 2 damage, Black Sword Missile, Anti-Flyer. So yeah, this guy is actually more meant for taking out flyers, because the Nephilim jet fighter is a straight up anti, it's air superiority kind of thing. Nephilim las cannon is, yeah, 2 shots with it, hitting on 3s, 12 strength, AP 3, yeah, D6 plus 1, that's pretty badass, and then twin heavy bolters. Okay, that's nice. Melee, yeah, everything has melee, but if you get a melee with this guy, you're playing him wrong. Each time, yeah, so lightning fast maneuver each time, and range attack targets involved, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If that was made by a model with fly, subtract 1 from the wound roll as well. Dude, that's actually really good. I kind of wish that the Talon Master has that, because that's actually really good. So yeah, it starts with the Mega Vision cannon. Yeah, so this model's Mega Avenger bolter can be replaced with 1 Nephilim jet or las cannon. Okay. Well, if you want to, so it starts out with the Mega Bolter, Black Sword missiles, Twin Bolter, Heavy. I actually would rather have, just with looking at the stats, dude, is having just the Mega Bolter. That helps, that makes it a little bit more well-rounded, because you can attack infantry, deal some decent damage to them. And then with the Black Sword missile, yeah, it's anti-flyer, so you're already hitting something pretty darn hard as it is. Yeah, it's not, it's going to be a little bit harder to crack armor, but being able to take out flyers and deal some decent damage to infantry, yeah, it's good. Because it's like, dude, you already have other things to crack armor, so why waste a bolter? And then we go to our main man, Lime L. Johnson. So yeah, so his weapons, you can choose one that you shoot, which one, and it's pretty badass. Strength and Agility is a whole bunch of attacks at strength 12 or strength 6, AP 4 and AP 3, 4 damage or 2 damage. Pretty badass, and he has a lot of stuff, and I am glad that they made his Invuln 3, because he's carrying the freaking Emperor's shield, homie. Why shouldn't it have like some high thing? And it subtracts 1 from the wound rolls each time a melee attack is allocated, and unmodified rolls of 6 is that enemy model suffers 1 mortal wound. And then the bodyguard, yeah, within 3 lone operative. And then yeah, so okay, the Primarch of the First Legion's ability, see to left, start command, this ability has the ability. That ability. So yeah, has a lot of stuff. And then you get all these abilities here. Like no hiding from the Watcher, the Martial Example Aura, revealing all secrets. And then right here. Yeah, dude, he's far better than the 9th edition of him. So yeah, I would say the only disappointment I really have is the icon of Old Caliban on the Dark Shroud. On the Dark Shroud. It's not as good as a -1 to the hit roll. And Azrael, he's a big disappointment. So that's my issue. Those are my issues with this. Everything else looks good, looks fair, and I like what they're doing with the Dark Angels. But I'm going to end the video now.
Everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, and share. Help this channel grow. Help it become something. And remember, most importantly of all, always love the Kellhound. You all take care now.